Alright. Hey, finding a sequence of similarity transformations. So as long as we can use rotations, dilations, reflections, transformations to map one figure onto the other, they're similar. Right? I'd actually prefer you pause this and read this section. It's going to take too long of a video for me to read, and it tells you how to transform or translate, reflect, rotate A, B, C, D, to E, F, G, H. And I am going to start on this side right here. We're going to do some. Alright, so we have this. We have a figure that looks right here. And here is how it changes, right? Let me see if I can kind of get in there a little bit. It says to map JKL, this guy right here, to PQR with a reflection across the x-axis, followed by dilation, followed by a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation. Let's see if we can do it. Alright. The first thing is reflection across the x. And all you do when you reflect across the x is you do this. Your y becomes the opposite. So this K comes over here. This L, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 comes over there. And the figure now looks like this. Alright. And then you do a dilation. Everything gets 3 times further away from the x-axis. So this was 1 up, and now it's 1, 2, 3 up. This was 2 up and 1 over. Now it's 3 times 2, it's 6 up, and 1, 2, 3 over. And that would be your new K. Alright. And we'll call this your new J. This was 1 up and 1, 2, 3 over. It's now going to be 3 up and 3 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over. And that's going to be my new L prime, right? So I have J prime, K prime. If I connect that, you can already see it's pretty much the same shape. It just needs to be rotated. And you can kind of see it happening if I rotate it. When you rotate, alright, counterclockwise, what you do is you switch your Y's and X's, right? And when I rotate into here, right, the X value used to be positive and now negative, and now it's positive, so I have to put an opposite sign where the X value is because the X sign changed. And we've got a rotation, a series that make this figure turn into that figure. So we're going to try it down here. Alright, we're going to go right here and give this a shot. This says take PQRS and turn it into this. Well, the first thing is this is way too big. So I'm going to say 1, we're going to shrink it. So I'm going to take XY, and this is 1 and that is 3. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 1/3 of my X and 1/3 of my Y and see what happens. So this X was 3, 3. We're going to make it 1, 1. This XY over here was 6, 3. 1/3 of those is 2, 1 right there. This was 3, 6. We're going to divide both those by 3 and get 1, 2. We can see it's working, right? I can see the shape coming. This guy out here was 9, 6. Which is going to turn into, divide those by 3, 3, 2. We'll get a figure right here. And the only thing that needs to happen to this figure is it needs to reflect. So step 2 is going to say, hey, X, Y is going to turn into, well, we're not going to change our heights, so the X is going to say I don't move up and down, but my X's become opposite to go from positive to negative over here, and that creates a reflection over the Y-axis. Alright, let's do another one. Ooh, this guy right here. So we're going to take ABC, and somehow we're going to change it to this guy right here. Let's get it facing the right way first somehow, because it sure doesn't look like it's facing the right way. It looks like it needs to rotate. So let's try a rotation and see if the rotation works. So I'm going to go XY, and to rotate 180 degrees, we change that to negative X, negative Y. If you don't remember these, we did them last year, but if you don't remember these symbols, just do a rotation when you do this. We can talk about it later. Alright, so this used to be what? -2, -1. We're going to change the signs and make it 2, 1. And maybe we've got this. Maybe this is going to work out, right? This used to be -6, -1. We're going to change it into 6, 1. Right here. And this used to be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn it into, or -5, right? We're going to turn it into 0, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it doesn't seem to be the right shape, right? Are you with me on that? It doesn't seem to look like it's the right shape. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so it seems that it needs to grow by, well, half of this, right? So I need some sort of 3/2 thing happening here. And so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to say x, y. I don't like this one because I'm going to get a fraction out of it. So that's 1.5 x and 1.5 y. And how I did that is I took the figure I want to turn into, 6, and I took the length of the figure that I have, 4, and that tells me how much it has to grow. I could have done that with any of the sides, but obviously the straight side was easier to do. So let's see if that works. Alright, so 3/2, and that's 2, 2. So 2, 2 multiplied by 3/2 turns into 3, 3. Well, so far this is okay. Let's get it. 3 3's right here. And this next one is 6, right, halves, multiplied by 3, right? If I reduce that, divided by 2. So divided by 2 is 3 times 3 is 9, divided by 2 is 2 times, so that's 9, 3. Well, maybe this will work out nice. So now I've got a figure that looks like that. And that top figure looks to be, oh, this one's a little ugly, but that's alright. What is that, 0, 5? Not liking this one so much, but here we go. This is still going to be a 0. And what is that, 7.5? So we get 0 multiplied by 3/2. So 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Right about there. I feel like I might have messed that one up a little bit. Did I? What was this original? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Oh, it's -5. So that would have done a +5. Well, let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. And if I connect that, I can actually just move this, right? I should be able to just move it over. So this one moves over 1, 2, 3, up 2. This one moves over 1, 2, 3, up 2. This one moves over 1, 2, 3, up 2. It's not really up 2. I think either I made a mistake or the makers of this made a mistake. But if I move left 3, it's x minus 3. And y up 2, it's very similar. But this top one's not really working out. So if you see my mistake, I'm not going to pause the video for right now. But if you see my mistake, let me know. But we match up with everywhere and almost match up here. I'd have to say not similar. But they probably want it to be similar. I'm going to leave this 10th one for you to try. Alright, just see if you can say what kind of transformations this bottom is going to have to match up to that somehow. So some sort of reflection is going to have to take place on this. And there it is. I will talk to you guys, and this will be the end of what page? I think we're on page 3, maybe 4. It's page 4. I've written on the other side of this already. Alright, so I'll come back with another video very soon.